Hello again. I see the word censorship appearing in the comments here quite often, although never in connection with actual censorship. Um, Let me explain what censorship is and what it is not. I've written for an awful lot of newspapers and magazines. In the description to this video, I give a link to an old piece of mine from The Guardian. When I have an idea for a piece, I have to pitch it to the publication, and sometimes they want it and other times they don't. They're all commercial enterprises, and so they don't want to upset their readers or alienate their advertisers, which is reasonable, it's fair enough, they're businesses. Sometimes after a piece of mine has appeared in a magazine or newspaper, people write in either endorsing or disagreeing with my views. I, of course, have no right to expect the Daily Telegraph to publish any article I write, nor do I have that right to expect that The Guardian or anywhere else will publish what I've done. The same goes for any newspaper, anywhere at all, anywhere that I'm hoping to publish something. It's their business, and it's entirely up to them what they put in it. They're not a public service, but a private business. If they turn down my article, they're not censoring me in any way at all. In a similar way, most of the letters which are sent to the paper about what I have written are just chucked in the bin. They'll only publish one, perhaps two of them. This is not censorship either. They're running the business and it's up to them which letters they put in their paper. This is precisely how YouTube and Facebook work. They are, like the magazines and newspapers which I have written, commercial enterprises. They're not public services, they're private businesses. YouTube comes to an arrangement with me that they will publish my videos, but this is not a right that I have. Similarly, when people write letters to YouTube about my videos, which is to say the comments here, YouTube are under no obligation to publish those letters or comments. They can and do choose which they publish. This is exactly the same as a newspaper. The idea that we have some kind of right to publish on somebody else's business, or that the business has a duty to publish our letters or comments, is quite mad. Censorship would entail an authority higher than the newspaper or social media site dictating to them under some penalty what they should or should not publish. That currently applies to things such as threats of violence, inciting violence or disorder, that kind of thing. What YouTube are currently doing, on the other hand, is running a business in a normal way, choosing what is published on their site and what isn't. I must end with a word or two about my past journalism. Somebody yesterday found an old piece of mine from the Jewish Chronicle and promptly concluded, of course, that I was a Jew. He also saw that I had written for an American publication called The Jacobin and thought that meant that I must be left-wing. I've written for an awful lot of different places without being at all aligned either politically or ethnically with them. For example, Googling my name and The Scotsman will bring up a piece that I wrote for them a couple of years ago. This doesn't mean that I'm Scottish. I used to write regularly for The Lady. I don't know if anyone knows that magazine. But I'm, of course, no lady either. Writers write. It's what we do.